So this is my build. Couple things that I changed. I chose to go in this area and take all these nodes. One of the reason is it gave a lot of elemental resistances and also gave some strength. Um, Here again I took the solid dominion because it gives a lot of elemental resistances, and because of that I took light of the infinity because it was very close. Here again elemental resistances, and the same goes for this one. Um, Another change that I did, took all the increased area of effect nodes. So I took amplify, bless radius, and this one arcane expense. I chose to drop this snowforged, and since I don't have snowforged here and I don't have increased effect of non-damaging elements, um, my cold snap is about 23%. So I decided to put unbound ailments on it because what this does, we definitely lose a lot of damage because we don't have control destruction. Um, but uh, cold snap is not doesn't do a lot of damage for bosses. And this 7% shield means cold snap will deal 7% more damage. This one gives 39%, but it also means that my 6 link, my 5 link vortex and 5 link creeping frost, because for bosses I use creeping frost, but for mapping I don't use, is going to do to deal another 7% more damage. So there is that. Um, I took the curse nodes because it's just 25% increase effect of curses when they are in an aura. But if I self cast them, it's 35% increased damage. Now I'm just level 95. Um, I did all the content in the game. I have only 7.9k energy shield. Did absolutely all the content in the game. The bosses are a joke. The only thing that I had problem with was the pure the Bridgestone Lords when I did the Maven thing, and also the Feared, and also Atsiri. Atsiri with Atsiri with the Maven on it is very. I died a lot of times. I managed to do it, but I died a lot of times. Um, these are my stats. I'm missing some fire resistance right now, but I'm not worried about it. Um, I don't have a lot of armor. I don't have armor. I don't have spell suppression or anything like that. No evasion. I have elemental elements immunity, and I'm close to sun avoidance. I just didn't bother with rolling my modifiers here to get to the 100% stun avoidance, but it is there. Now, because again I took this path, I have a lot of strength and I have a lot of elemental resistances. That means I can use these rings. So basically, it's an opal ring. You just use a fossil on an essence, delirium essence, because just like they are so cheap. So to make these two rings, it cost me around 100 chaos for both of them. This is the amulet. Basically, I bought one with fractured +1. Then I spam the essence that gives dexterity. I guess it's deafening essence of sorrow. I got a lucky roll, and then I crafted decreased maximum energy shield. Now, these are my implicits on my gear. It's still not very good gear. I could improve it a lot more. The gloves here, the reason why we don't go for the 100 gloves with cold multi is because uh, I will eventually spam uh, Icers and Embers to get the cold multi on the gloves. This is my weapon. I think it's very nice. Very unlikely that I'm going to replace this very soon because it also has cold resistances. This is my shield. +1 with chance to block spell damage. I think that's very good. And I also have chance to block. And because I traveled to this path, I can afford to spend 1 point to get 20% chance to avoid elemental elements. So I don't have to get it on the shield to be elemental elements immune. Now the boots, I think it's very easy to get to make these. If you really want to, I mean, you can just try to get the chance to avoid elemental elements with the embers and decars, but uh, that's what I did because I didn't have a lot of currency. I just took these and put them in harvest. I managed to get these boots. Obviously, they don't have a lot of energy shield, but I think they can still work. Now, let's show you the stats. I have 161 strength and 161 dexterity. Maybe I can drop some of these. The belt is kind of bad. Maybe I'm going to get on a better belt. Um, but so far so good. It's I'm gonna show you a map real quick. So I chose cemetery. When you get the 4 watchstones, you're going to have all the maps tier 16. There is no tier 15 here, or tier 14, for example. They are all tier 16. And for the Atlas tree, this is my preference. I don't think it's the best one, but this is what I like just for mapping. I don't do the league mechanic at all because I fucking hate it. So I take the strong boxes, shrine, harbinger, abyss, more harbinger and strong boxes. The shrines, I took all of them. For the bridge, I took just this one because I'm using bridge scabs. They are very cheap. Um, took this rampant growth. Maybe I can even spend 2 points to get this. I'm not sure if they are worth, but corrupted gaze. I don't. I maybe will drop this because I didn't get anything from it so far. This is very good intelligence gathering. Although since I'm running juiced maps with the beyond, I don't think this is worth keeping. Um, because it's like the way I'm running the maps is I put beyond on them and I choose them, and these maps take quite a lot. It takes a long time to finish, so I don't think this one here it's worth it. And the same goes for the Harbinger nodes, right? Like since I'm juicing the maps, these nodes are meant for Alk and Go maps or even Scour maps, because you get strong boxes, you get shrines. All of these benefit if you do more maps. But this is my preference so far. Maybe I can change this. So far, this is what I'm using. I took all the beyond nodes, and now I'm going to show you a map. So these are the modes from the sections. Um, we put beyond and this. It's very common to drop exalted orbs when running this strategy. So keep that in mind. So this was the map showcase. Um, as you can see, I don't get a lot of things compared to like running maps I can go and then focusing only on the altars. Right now, when I'm running this build and this map setup, it's very difficult for me to stand in one place and pick the right altar choice because you don't have a lot of time to read and to choose because you're going to die. However, it's very common to get the exalted drops. Like I would say, like you get 1 in 10 maps or so. Depends on your luck. Get a lot. I get a lot of random stuff, which is not really that much. You're not going to make a lot of profit with this because you're also keep in mind you're also investing in the scarabs and you also have to have 4 sextants for watchstones to use the sextants. And if you want to make profit, I think you should just stick to farming harvest. I think that's the better choice. But this is what I run. I don't run the league mechanic, even though it's very profitable. I don't like it. I think it's garbage. And I do this just for fun. And this is what you can expect. As you can see, I don't drop a lot of maps. That is because I don't have the nodes for the maps, and the sustain is a bit of an issue right now. Um, but yeah, if you want a strategy to farm currency, this was just my build showcase. But I'm just saying, if you want a strategy to farm currency, I think the best thing you can do is grab the harvest nodes and the shrine harbingers, strongboxes, maybe even essences. The travel to these nodes here and keep this and just run maps as fast as you can just for you to get harvest. You get harvest and you craft a lot of bases and then you just make a lot of currency. Um, yeah, that was my build showcase. One thing I should say is like let's just remove the MTX on my vortex because MTX makes the vortex look smaller, so the vortex is actually very big. So this helps a lot with clear. And what I put instead of creeping frost, because I don't keep it for mapping, I put increased area of effect. I think I paid 20C or 10C for these gems. It's very cheap. And you also need to get vortex if you can afford with 20 quality, which in this rig should be around 20 chaos. It's very cheap. Yeah. If you like the video and you want to try the build, you feel free to try it. That is for this build.